guys, so this is the archive tunnel maze. This is where you like used to encounter. This is where you encounter the water monster to chasing you. So this is the first time where you're kind of like timed out of bounds. Like if you don't get out of bounds in a certain amount of time, you will just die. So it's one of the more time crucial parts, and you need to know how to do this, the ins and outs of this trick, because if you die here, you're just going to lose a lot of time, and the damage that you take will stop you from doing storage later on, which is, it's just disastrous. This part is one of the most like run determining parts of the run. Like if you get hit by the water monster, it's actually even better just to tab out. Like even getting hit once, you just hit escape, exit, reload the whole area, and try again. So this is the tutorial for it. So the first part, what we want to do is we want to use this little red sludge here. So if I like walk up it, you can see like I get to the top, but I just get boosted up, and we're going to use this speed. The speed which we're getting off this, we're going to use to boost up here. So what you want to do is just as you're about to get up it, you jump while still holding forward and sprint. So while you're running up it, you hold forward and sprint, and you jump a second time to get the boost. So if done in quick succession, if I can do it, it'll give you enough momentum to just boost straight up on this ledge. It's pretty safe. Even though you can see like the margin of error of you going off seems like very low, this gives you literally just enough height to land up here. Like I've tried this trick like several times. It's probably somewhere in like 100, and I've never went over. So take it for what it's worth. It's probably never gonna happen. So next, just run across here. There's a roof over everything. You're kind of fine. If you want, it's like you can do it, but you can get a boost off here. It's always safe to try and go for. Doesn't just gains you time if you hit it, and it just boosts you across. Next part is get on top of this roof. You simply look at this corner, and it boosts you up. Now, next part, which is actually the next part, which can be used to get you a boost completely across over here. The setup which I currently use for it is I try and get to this plank right here. So this plank is kind of just, it sets your like position. If we were to like say this is like the X, Y type plane, it just puts it like nicely so that when you're running forward, you're always on the consistent same part for hitting the slope over here. So a lot of people like don't go for this trick in runs, and it's actually even considered a risk strat, but I've died extremely rarely on this strat. This is, I would say it's safe. People will argue against it, but I'd say it's safe. So run across, then as you walk over, like just kind of your own depth perception, like when you kind of know that you've like walked on the second line, just kind of your perception of speed and stuff, and you knowing where it was, you then jump and turn like right as if you're aiming towards the corner here, and you should get a boost off it. So it'll boost you across. The worst thing which ever happens to me on this is that you get boosted and you kind of hit into these planks. When you get hit into these planks, what you do is you just step back and you just jump into them. There's a huge amount of like hit points on it, so you just get a boost very easily off it. So then the next part, quite simply, you can't see it. Where is it? As you can see it there, that line, that is actually a walking point. You can walk along this. I use this because the other way would be, there's two ways of doing it. You can either go down the slime, which is you jump down this hole and you jump along here. That's fine, but it's slow and sometimes you take damage, and this is just a guarantee, like you won't take damage. So you run across. Luckily, this is like on a slightly lower level than this top platform, so it always keeps you kind of, unless you turn sharp into it, you're never gonna go back up. And then you simply turn around and drop. Easy.